Hey, Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. This past week has all been about mindset mastery. Yes. What do I mean by that? Well, think think to yourself about what's been going on around you in your world, in our world. There are threats of, more lockdowns or, kids not being able to go back to school. Maybe you've had something happen in your life that you were not expecting. Maybe you've got, went to the doctors and they thought, oh, I think you have a tumor. Or, all of a sudden somebody dies in your life, or, some brand new, rule came into place and your business looks like it might be in shambles in the future because things have changed, the rules have changed. Whatever it is, here's the thing is that we have a choice to react or to respond. Now, in order to respond appropriately, we actually have to kind of catch our reactions, you know, and that's where that mindset mastery comes in, because the universe will give us these challenges to grow us. And whether you feel like you're a newbie at this or an expert, there's always another level of growth and evolution. Like one of my teachers, T.R. Becker, used to say, if you're not growing, then you're dying. Think about a plant, right? If a plant is not growing, doesn't mean you grow like this, like, completely straight up. It's usually incremental growth, and there's pauses and rests in between. That's nature, okay? But if you're not growing, you're dying on some level. So, mindset mastery, yes, this week. So, when we have something that happens that we do not like or do not prefer, okay, it's a natural reaction for many humans, to go into that state of fight or flight, that state of reaction. This can't be true. This can't be happening. Why me? I thought I did so much work. I'm working on this so hard. It's not fair. All these things come up. And that's all these things that our egos have come up with to tell us that life shouldn't be as it is. But life is. Life is. Life just is. And so if you really want to get into more joy and peace and love, and I have to practice this every day myself. It's not like I get a free ride, oh, you're a spiritual teacher, you get a free ride. No. Spiritual teachers have even harder things to do. So harder challenges. And it's okay, and that's okay. So you get challenged to where you are at right now. You're not going to get, it's like having a 3-year-old do a university exam. I mean, that's unreasonable, right? So the universe is going to give you what you can handle, and at the next level, if you recognize it, then you can handle it. So once you've caught your reaction, that little fight or flight, that little, in your body, and maybe you're, in your body, you don't even feel because you're so used to being here in your head. So you don't actually feel your body having the reaction. The body's trying to tell you, hello, I'm having a reaction here. And so you need something else to jostle you into like presence. But I'm catching these much faster myself. So these little, a fight or flight, momentary reactions. And at that point, you have a choice. If you are conscious enough to realize, wow, I'm having a reaction. So you have a choice, all right? You can actually go deeper into what is that reaction about? Like, why am I having that reaction? So it could be that because I'm afraid of what's going to happen in the future, and that's normally, a lot of 9 out of 10 times, it's what's happening, right? We're afraid of what's going to happen in the future. So that means we are not fully present in the now. And unfortunately, if we want to manifest a different future for ourselves that we would enjoy, we need all our circuits in the present moment in order for that to happen. So as we're worrying about the future, we decrease our chances of being able to change that future, right? Because if we're worrying about the future, whatever we're worrying about, the universe goes, oh, that's what you're worrying about. Sure, I'll give you more of that vibration, right? And then you go and actually have more things to worry about. Now, it's not to say that life doesn't happen and there aren't things that aren't uncomfortable, for sure, for everyone, myself included, my family included. However, you being in a worried state of mind, not being able to sleep, especially if you're a wellness leader or a healer or something like that, if you are losing sleep with what's going on in the world, I'd be like, check yourself. I say that to myself. Check myself, because we aren't any good to anybody if we're in that state of panic. But then it's like, as my ex-husband used to say, they got you by the short and curlies. I know that's very rude, isn't it? Anyway, he used to say that. At first I didn't understand what he said, but then he explained it to me. I go, English is not my first language. Anyway, so besides that, we do need to check ourselves and decide, okay, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this could happen, this could happen, this could happen in the future. I'm in the future. Yes, I realize I'm in the future. I'm not in the now. And then you go, oh, okay. I definitely don't want to manifest that future. So I need to come back here. So that's your choice point. And guess what? That is your response. Yes, instead of reacting, you're responding. What's your response? Your response is to come back to you, your center. And how do you come back to your center? Easiest, fastest way I know is feel your body. So right now, as I'm talking to you, I can feel the vibes inside my body, the chi and energy flowing. If I really pay attention, more tricky when I'm talking about. When I really pay attention, I can tell the difference between lymphatic flow in my body and chi flow in my body. Thanks to working with lymphatic specialists and that kind of thing, teaching me a thing or two. So you're like, you might be going, well, Dr. Karen, like, how is that responding? Like, how is you being here and me and the body and feeling the body? How is that responding? Well, guess what? The cool thing is when you are feeling your body, you're feeling your body's energy in that moment, what happens is all the mind chatter starts to dissolve on its own, because if you're doing it correctly, you're actually so focused on the energy flow within and being curious about where it's at. You can actually take whatever reaction you have, whether that's fear, anger, sadness, resentment, whatever it is, and you can take it into this place of stillness through observing internal movement, the internal vibration. Take it there with you. So you're pissed off. What does pissed off feel like in your body? So you're resentful. What does resentful feel like in your body? So you're sad. What does sad feel like in your body? You're panicky. What does panicky feel like? And I know that sounds scary, but if you're not embodied, the panicky feeling lasts longer. I can guarantee you that, because you're here. But when you're in here, when you're in your body, it's just vibration. It's just a sensation. You could label it, but I prefer you don't. You could say, I feel pressure in my chest. Okay, that's a sensation. If you say, I'm feeling anxious, that doesn't tell me anything. You're not in your body. Okay. But if you're like, I feel pressure in my chest. Okay. Feel the energy there. What does it feel like? Or I feel a little bit tightness in the belly area. We're not saying it's bad. We're not saying it's wrong. So I think we have to be careful about the judgments, because the judgment comes with it lower vibrational energies. Any judgment at all comes with that. So we all have to check ourselves of when we're doing that, because why lower your vibration? Because then you're not really going to be able to have any sort of control of your life at all. So we come from this place of beingness, from this center, from this one, from this stillness. And guess what? When you are here in this body and feeling the energy, you're connecting to 0 point. And 0 point, well, what's that? Well, that's a great place to be able to manifest your future reality. When you can see this stillness point, when your mind chatter stops because you're feeling the body so much, and even your emotions start swirling, you feel it, and eventually it kind of just goes away. You don't try to make it go away, it just eventually kind of transforms into something else. Then you can go ahead and seed that peace and that calm in that space with the future reality you do want. And it's a practice. So does it take discipline? Absolutely. Is it as difficult as ice skating? No, it's not. Or being a tightrope walker? Absolutely not. Okay, much easier than that. And in fact, the stillness through observing internal movement is really an automatic healing state. I call it an auto healing, state of being, if you will. And one of my clients recently had and she's fairly new, learning stillness through observing internal movement. She had a wonderful story to tell me the other day. She said that she was with her father. Father had stroke, and basically, in his last breath was saying goodbye, and I love you to all his loved ones with them around, and they called 911, tried to get the paramedics there, and he, fell unconscious. And my client just automatically just started doing stoam, and she kind of put her hand over his head intuitively for whatever reason. She had no idea why she did it, but she just felt like doing it. Within a few minutes, he opened his eyes, was fully awake, had absolutely no symptoms of a stroke, and thought he was just fine. Now, of course, he still got checked out at the hospital, the blood tests, CAT scans, all that kind of stuff. They can't find anything wrong with the guy. So if you're in the auto healing state and you're in a place of peace and love and joy, to whatever extent that stillness stoam brings you to, you actually amplify your light radius around you, and those around you can actually be positively affected by you. And that includes your pets, your kids, your husband, your wife, So if we really want to make a difference in our world, especially to people we love, then we have a vested interest in returning to this space of centeredness, because this is where all the action is in the present moment. And if you want to change the future, you have to be present. And that's just how it works. Quantum physics, just how it works. So that resistance part, I totally understand. I resist too. And in fact, I do energy healing on myself every day, including releasing resistance to what I do not want, what's uncomfortable, what's bothering me, whatever it is. It's not that I have to get rid of what's bothering me in a situation. I have to get rid of the resistance to feeling what's bothering me or resistance to what's happening. So if someone says something, so-and-so says something mean to me, whatever, and I feel resentful or whatever it is, it's my resistance to that happening that I need to heal. Not that I need to tell the other person off, not that well, sometimes it might be a good idea, but not that, and not even judge myself for having it bother me, which it doesn't, but I'm just giving you a hypothetical example. So, but if it did bother me, then, and I could feel that in my body because I'm embodied, right? It's that resistance to that happening. That's what the healing is. Most people are healing the wrong thing. If you really want to change the world, you really want to change your life, don't work on the stuff out there. It's great that people are trying to, give donations, and I give lots of different donations to companies I, believe in, and it's good that they're doing good work out there. But, it's not just about changing this law or that law or giving more money to this organization or that. I mean, that's outer world stuff. It's really, to be most effective, is really to love ourselves absolutely 100% and be able to be present, because we can make a bigger difference just being ourselves than trying to fix things on the outside. So mindset mastery. Yeah, mindset mastery. And the next piece of it, and the thing is that if you're not present, it's going to be really difficult to do this. But the next piece of it is really going, that's curious. Definitely not something I wanted. So how can I make the most of it? Or as Dr. Eldon Taylor, author of Choices and Illusions and got the book Gotcha, says, I can't wait to see what good comes out of this, right? So I love that line, because no matter what bad, crappy thing, happens, whether it be on the news, the government, whatever, okay, you can get to that place where you can quickly get to, not liking this, and I'm wondering what good's going to come out of this. And sometimes we resist getting into that spot, and that's okay. So you got to heal the resistance first, be in your being state. That's the easiest, fastest way, cheapest way I know how to do it, right? And then you can go to the next stage, which is trying to, be creative and go, I wonder what good is going to come out of this. I don't know, but it's going to serve me somehow. I don't know how, but it's going to serve me. And, if you have that mindset, then the universe goes, yeah, okay, sure, we'll make sure it serves you. I mean, is this easy? No. Is it simple? Yes. It's not easy just because we're not taught that. It's not appreciated. We don't get gold medals for being present. We don't get money. Well, you kind of do, but later, for being present. You're not rewarded, by other people to say, oh, you've been present and centered. Great. Let me give you a prize for that, right? No, we get prizes and accolades for, being an A+ student like I was, or, of winning this contest or that contest like I did, or, this award or gold medal like I did, like, I mean, I was always chasing, some sort of reward, because I thought, oh, I need to make myself better, not ever thinking that just being me is okay, and that's enough. That deserves love. You deserve love just by being you, warts and all. Whatever it is you think that's something wrong with you, you deserve love 100%, no exceptions. Okay, so that's my spiel for this week related to mindset mastery. And I did want to mention that we are going to have a very exciting show on Monday's Light Warrior Radio with one of my mentors, Yana Arsenault. And she and I have, as wellness leaders, have gone through this whole, debt, money, crazy stress, so much in debt. You're like, oh my God, how am I going to, pay for rent and pay for food and all that kind of stuff. We've gone through that. And she has amassed quite a bit of wisdom related to money mindset mastery. So I thought, let's bring her on the show and let's have her help us with that. So if you want to get some free mentoring and coaching with my awesome mentor, Yana Arsenault, join us on Monday, and that's July 29th at 12 noon Eastern for Light Warrior Radio. We'll put the link near this video. So you can click the link at 12 noon Eastern on Monday and get connected, or you can call in, and the radio show link will show you the phone number that you can call in live, and hit 1 so we know that your hand is up, so we can answer some questions. So if you are someone that has asked, why is it so expensive to see a holistic doctor? Or why can't our insurance cover, holistic medicine, why do healers have to charge so much? Or, the government should do this, or, we should make more jobs, for whatever it is. Okay. Whatever the complaint is, if you have any complaint at all about money, not enough money, people cheating, people lying, people being greedy, all of that stuff, you need to come to the show Monday. Okay. Because we want to heal that, because it's really that mindset that's keeping you stuck, unfortunately. And I should know, because I had it. Yeah, I had it. Yeah, it really sucked back then. Um, yeah, so join us Monday. And the last little thing I want to share with you, well, not last thing, before I go to the actual announcement also that I want to share, is that be watchful that your ability to just know the truth may increase exponentially. We are in an expansion phase of the ascension cycle. Clair-knowing or claircognizance is one of the clairs, one of the, like clairvoyance, clairaudience, all these other spiritual gifts. They get amped up, and at some point you may just know the answer. Now, maybe not for everything. Okay, some things are emotionally charged, and maybe that skews, how your clair-knowing works. But be on the lookout for that ability. And what does it feel like? And I got a hint earlier this week about what that feels like. It was a lesson that I needed to learn, uncomfortable, but lesson about what that feels like. So deep clair knowing is very subtle in that it's just like, yeah, you just know what the truth is for you. And it doesn't matter what other people say. It doesn't really sway you, but you're not angry, you're not resentful. There's no emotion related to it. It just, you just know. And so look for that. It's just this clear, you just know. It's not a big deal. It's not a big fanfare. You're not like fighting or being defensive with other people, right? That's ego. But clair knowing is just that very subtle, like, boom. Yep, that's the answer. It's really neat. So look out for that. So an announcement I want to share with you today is, if you missed the Wisdom of the Ancients telesummit, where I was talking about how to clear and heal negative energy influences and entities with speed and grace, then we actually have a replay for you. So I'm going to find the replay link and post it near this video. And this replay is going to go on, I believe, for a few more days. And the Light Warrior Bootcamp 2.0, which is my specific program, is to help you clear negative energies and entities, ghosts, demons, etc., from yourself, from your home and property, from your electronics, from your sleep realms. We have 4 healing / trainings modules. And then there's actually a couple of bonuses this time around for the telesummit. Number one, you get my masterclass video series, Clearing Ghosts and Entities, What You Need to Know. And we actually cover four main things: entities, basically entities explained, like what kind of entities they are, what they do, who they like to be attracted to, entity signs and symptoms, things that might make you suspicious that yourself or someone you love might have an entity type of issue. And then we go into, entity attractor factors, like what are the risk factors for having entities. And some of these are actually kind of interesting, including, like miscarriages and things like that. And then the fourth one, the video series, is about healing entities in the past and now. So entity clearing effectiveness, that's the name of that masterclass. And there's major differences that has happened thanks to the ascension process from 30 years ago to how we can do entity clearing now. It's much faster, easier, painless, and definitely want you to have that information. So that is one of the bonus, that masterclass bonus is going to be added into the Light Warrior Bootcamp, as well as a 90-minute live group clearing and healing. So if you have not worked with me one-on-one, because now it's almost very, very rare that I do one-on-ones, this is a great chance to work in a group so we can make sure that you and your home are as clear as possible of entities. So I get to do it with you. And then of course you'll have the course to show you how to do that. But if you want to make sure, that it's working for your house, or that you want my help doing that, that class is going to be an extra bonus 90-minute class if you buy it from Wisdom of the Ancients, and we'll have the link right here. And so that class is a bonus, and that will go live on July 31st, and this special will end on July 31st as well. So it's $200 off what I normally charge on the website, plus you get the bonuses. So that's the announcement for this week. And so definitely join me on Monday for the radio show, and then watch this replay if you have not already. We talk about all sorts of interesting things, including the light mirror effect, why some people can't seem to get rid of entities, and about light scoring, and also about your microbiome and why you want to pay attention to entities in your microbiome. So thank you so much for joining me this week. Until next time, lots of love. Bye for now.